Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome back to Sons of Liberty 1773. I'm your host, Bill Bailey, who will be channeling the patriotism of America's founding fathers. Today is January 8th, 2024, year of our Lord. We are heading into a storm, my friends. The clouds of darkness have gathered and are sweeping across our land. Civil unrest in our republic is getting worse as wars rage around the globe. Our government has become wicked. Our republic is on the edge of collapse. America has never faced so many threats from within or abroad. 2024 will prove a year of chaos and collapse of our constitutional republic when tyranny takes hold and the flame of liberty is extinguished. Or the year American patriots band together and defeated the evil ones destroying our society and saved our God-given republic from certain ruin. Well, we all wish the best for Speaker Johnson, didn't we? We feel like we got a Christian constitutional conservative. It's going to show some fiscal responsibility, use the power of the purse. Well, it appears our dreams have been smashed. And he's just a typical politician that talks out of both sides of his mouth. Here's a couple of posts, one from Steve Bannon, the other one from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Steve Bannon posted on Getter, Democrats are laughing at Johnson to his face on his naive collapse on budget deal. Johnson thinks he will get policy wins by agreeing to no real spending cuts. It's a sucker move. He will get neither, and Biden and Schumer know it. The Democrats are laughing. Just disgusting, folks. I don't know any way to say that. Marjorie Taylor Greene posted on X, I'm a no to the Johnson-Schumer budget deal. This $1.6 trillion budget agreement does nothing to secure the border, stop the invasion, or stop the weaponized government targeting Biden's political enemies and innocent Americans. So much for the power of the purse. And just like he has so much ammunition, Johnson does, to use the power of the purse, to say, hey, I just saw you're gonna widen the dragnet and go after American patriots that showed up to peacefully protest on January 6th. That not only are you going after the ones that were in the Capitol, but now you're going to go after everybody that was just out on the Capitol lawn. I'm not working with you people. You're not getting anything from us. We've got to see, he could have negotiated a great deal. But these people just collapse, and they're all speaking in his ear, Mitch McConnell and the rest of the rhinos and the Uniparty. My God, it's election year. And if we try to hold out tough on this money, they're going to use it against us and we won't win seats. No, you'll actually will win seats. You'll pick up seats. Everybody gets this, on both sides of the aisle, that the debt is catastrophic. I have a friend right now that's on an island off Honduras. Everybody, and there's a lot of expats from Canada and America that go where he is. Everybody's talking about the debt of this country, that it's unsustainable. People are worried about their retirements and, after working a lifetime, and that our fiat currency is going to collapse and, it's not going to be worth anything. And that is where it's heading. And Speaker Johnson just fueled the fire. He just gave them more rocket fuel to keep destroying our currency and the country. This article posted at Just the News. House Freedom Caucus calls Speaker Johnson's proposed spending deal with Schumer total failure. With a slim Republican majority, the 45-member Freedom Caucus holds a significant amount of sway in the 435-member House. The conservative House Freedom Caucus slammed House Speaker Mike Johnson's proposed top-line spending deal with Senate Democrats as a total failure, arguing the potential agreement cost about $68 billion more than the Louisiana Republicans said it would. Johnson told members of Congress on Sunday that he reached a $1.59 trillion spending deal with the Senate and White House, but the Freedom Caucus slammed the proposal later that evening in a post on X, formerly Twitter. It's even worse than we thought, the caucus wrote. Don't believe the spin. Once you break through typical Washington math, The true total programmatic spending level is 1.658 trillion, not 1.5 trillion. This is total failure. At the end of last month, the Freedom Caucus released a statement titled House GOP's New Year Resolution Must Be Cutting Spending, which stated that the U.S. is on a path to fiscal ruin, but that Congress has done little to force a course correction from the calamity. I had a long discussion with my friend that's staying on this little island down by Honduras. He goes to every winter with his wife to get away from the snow. I can't imagine why he'd want to leave the snow. But he said, we've got to get someone in there that will address the debt. And I said, I hate to say it because I've been watching this fight long enough. They're not going to fix this, neither side. They're going to continue. It's like it's like you give your kids credit cards, right? And allow them X amount they can put on the credit card every month. And let's say it's $200 a month. Okay. Here you go. You can spend $200 a month on the credit card. And they find out that this credit card doesn't have a limit. And you're getting a credit card bill for $200,000 a month. The way they spend money, $2 billion a month. And we now have to take the credit card away from the kids. No, you've abused your spending. I allowed you $200 a month, and you've went way over. That's what's happening. The Congress and the Republicans and Democrats, they don't want us to take the printing machine away from them. And they're not going to, because there are no adults in the house, okay? They are going to continue to spend money, keep printing it by the trillions, just servicing the national debt now. And this is the law of big numbers now, so it's going to get worse, is $1 trillion a year, over $1 trillion a year. They printed $1 trillion in the last 105 days. They're going to print another trillion by the end of March. Totally unsustainable, and this ends in financial ruin. So I told my friend, no, they're not going to do it. Neither side is going to fix it. They're just going to keep kicking the can, and they all know. Look, they're not stupid. This is simple economics. They all know that this ends in the collapse of our economy, the collapse of our fiat currency, and we're going to be in the greatest depression. They know that. You'd have to be an idiot to not know that. They don't care. They're thinking, well, let's just keep doing it until the whole system collapses, and then, we'll fix it. Talk to, like somehow we'll flip another switch and it'll all be cured. No, it'll take months, if not years, and there'll be hell on earth in the meantime. But just not good, folks. If you think I'm wrong about that, let me know. I'm happy to read your comments. Anybody seen Lloyd Austin? China's just attacked Taiwan. North Korea's heading into South Korea. War's broken out in the Middle East, and America's being threatened. And we're looking for Lloyd Austin. Anybody seen him? The Secretary of Defense, the Pentagon chief, kind of been looking for him. It's unbelievable, folks, what's going on with our government. China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, they're just laughing at us. What the hell happened to America? We're tripping over ourselves. Think anybody's threatened by the Biden regime? So Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin was MIA for 5 days, folks. No one knew where the hell he was. Apparently he checked in for a procedure that I think it was going to be in and out surgery, and something went amiss. No one knew. If they did, the president didn't know. No, wow, China just launched a ICBM. Looks like it's heading this way. Anybody seen the Pentagon chief? No, we haven't seen him. Said he's going to be working out of his house for the week. The complete lying. So people should be fired. Heads should roll. This is America we're talking about. The Department of Defense. Unbelievable, folks. The times we're living in. Crazy stuff. In China, by the way, things are getting serious in China. Big election in Taiwan, Saturday, the 13th. And probably war is coming after Saturday. Gaffney was on the War Room with Steve Bannon this morning. Listen to what Frank has to say about the China threat.
Are we able to deter Xi Jinping from using one of presumably several different techniques, everything from a blockade to an actual invasion of Taiwan, to seize that ground, which he has made very clear?
Okay, hold it. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on 1 second. Eric Prince, and I hold you and Eric Prince up as two of the smartest guys in this space. Eric Prince said the other day on this podcast, not our podcast, another podcast, and I'm trying to track Eric down. He said, hey, look, regardless of how this goes, but particularly if she loses, the kinetic part of this is going to start in the spring. Are you are you actually coming in and having Prince's back? Do you believe that we're heading to a kinetic conflict in the South China Sea and Taiwan in the next 6 months?
Yeah, I tried to get Eric on today. As a matter of fact, I think he's on a train in the UK at the moment, so he's out of pocket. But we did have a conversation about this, Steve. The only thing we disagree about, and he's got a lot of good arguments on his side, is the timing. Do the sea states such that they have to wait until April or May, or are they going to go for it sooner than that? And my guess is that even with rough sea states and so on, they are going to start putting into place a blockade at a minimum and quite possibly go over the beach. But here's the thing that we've got to be paying attention to, and it's the point of this essay I did at warroom.org. Red alert. What Xi has been doing, we've documented this extensively in our Committee on the Present Danger China webinar series, to which you've contributed and helped us publicize. There's every reason to believe there will be another act of arson by Xi Jinping after Ukraine, after Israel, after the Red Sea, and who knows where all else. But it's coming here, folks. And this Mickey Mouse operation, passing for the national security apparatus of the United States, is clearly failing to signal to the Chinese Communist Party, don't even think about this, let alone be prepared to deal with what they have in mind to torch on here in the United States. Steve, you've done as good a job as anybody documenting the thousands, probably now tens of thousands, divisions worth of Chinese People's Liberation Army, maybe special forces units that are in this country and good to go to take it down. That's what we're facing, and this is no time for people being AWOL, to say nothing of being utterly incompetent, or they're simply on the basis of the color of their skin or their sex. I mean, this is where you need warriors. And yes, it could be messy having a confirmation hearing in the moment, but we need warriors, both on the military side, but also on the political side, because we're at war. We're at the unrestricted warfare phase for sure, but we are now facing the imminent prospect.
American people are hip to this. They say 2/3 of the American people say, hey, guess what? This is an invasion. That's the term to use. What Frank Gaffney is warning people about, this election in Taiwan, if it goes the way that the patriots and the lovers of freedom want, and it's going to be tight, but if the non-appeasement party wins, is the balloon going to go up with Xi? Eric Prince says spring. Frank Gaffney says right away. So we got to be, this is a red alert. The CCPs are existential mortal enemy. And when they see the fiasco that is the national security apparatus around this illegitimate president, they know they start thinking about making a move. Gaffney, thank you so much.
So what Gaffney's saying, China, if they don't get their guy in, because they've got their pro-CCP communists running in Taiwan, which looks like he's not going to win, okay? So the patriots, if you will, there are going to win and keep their liberties and freedoms and give a big FU to the CCP. And that Xi Jinping is going to start blockading Taiwan right away. Eric Prinz is saying, no, it will be April, May when the South China Sea calms down a little bit. Frank Gaffney's saying no, but regardless, it's going to happen in weeks, in a couple weeks or in a few weeks, that China's going to invade Taiwan, and we will come to Taiwan's rescue, and that will be war. And then that China has put their special forces, more than likely, here in America, right? All these young military-age Chinese men that have been flooding across our southern border, they've got a plan. They're just waiting to get activated and create chaos in this land. And boy, 2024, folks, is just going to be unreal. Michelle Obama speaking out now. Have you heard her? Let me share them. I hate to, I can't stand the Obamas. I can't stand the communists at all. But I want you to hear this because the choice of words she used was very revealing as to what they have planned this election cycle. So listen to this.
The things that keep me up because you don't have control over them. Mm-hmm. And you wonder, where are we in this? Where are our hearts? What's going to happen in this next election? I am terrified about what could possibly happen.
I got to stop her for a second. I'm also terrified, Michelle. We're also terrified about what could happen, just so you know.
Because our leaders matter, who we select.
Did you hear what she just said, folks? She didn't say who we elect. She said who we select. Freudian slip, maybe?
Who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit. It affects us in ways that sometimes I think people take for granted.
Never thought I'd agree with Michelle Obama, but I am terrified about what could happen this election cycle. What we've been seeing since the 2020 steal is the persecution of anybody that questioned the election, right? Project 65, which is funded with millions and millions of dollars, is going after all the attorneys that represented people like Garland Favorito, myself, and many others across this country that brought election lawsuits, election integrity lawsuits. Matt DePerno, Dana Nessel's trying to put him in prison. The bar, is working to take Matt's license away, and this is happening all across the country. I mean, they're making attorneys, look what they did to Rudy Giuliani. They're making them pay a terrible price, and they're putting it out there in the future. Any attorneys that take a client and question elections in the future, we will crush you, we will bankrupt you, we will put you in prison, and we will get you disbarred. That's what they're doing. And they're doing it to Americans, right? Look at the January 6th protesters that showed up to protest the stolen election, exercise their First Amendment rights. We've seen they want you to see the full force of the empire, right? Showing up with these armed SWAT teams, dragging mom, dad, grandma, or grandpa away in the middle of the night, putting them in solitary confinement, not giving them the right to a speedy trial. 3 years, and still haven't got their trial, locked up. And not only that, they're coming out now and saying, not only are we going after everybody that came in the building, we're going after everybody that was even out on the yard, out on the Capitol lawn, because they trespassed, is what they're saying. And we're coming after them. So they want to intimidate and put fear into everybody. So when they do what they've got planned for this November and they do a repeat of 2020, we're going to select, you heard Michelle Obama, we're going to select the person, and you're going to live with it, or you know what we'll do to you. And that does terrify me that scenario may play out, because all the problems we've identified with mail-in ballots were allowed because of COVID, right? That's why they allowed them. Well, COVID's gone. Of course, there'll be a new strain when we get close to election time. But, now they're saying, hey, it's no longer election day. Like in Michigan, I think we're going to have 9 days of early voting. But hey, why not make it a month? It's ridiculous. This is banana republic level stuff. So like in Michigan, the election process hasn't got more secure. It's worse. And I think this is a case in a lot of the swing states. So I'm really concerned of what's going to play out this November. And the only way I know to combat this, folks, is we cannot stay home. I've heard people, well, I'm not even going to bother voting. That is un-American, my friend. You have to vote. It's your constitutional duty. It's your civil duty as an American to exercise your right to vote. It's a sacred thing, and you need to do it. But we've got to swamp the vote, folks. We've got to get out in huge numbers. And the positive things are the black vote is breaking big for Trump, the populist movement, the Jewish community, young people. I think things are tipping in the right direction, but we're not going to know until it happens. It's going to be a battle from now till Election Day. The Christina Caramo drama, by the way, here in Michigan, I talked to somebody that was at the meeting that voted her out, and I said, okay, you still tell me it was a legitimate meeting? He goes, absolutely. We followed the bylaws to a T. They've sent the all their paperwork to the National Republican Party, and they're waiting for the National Republican Party to approve it, and then Christina will be officially gone. What concerns me is what stops the National Republican Party to say, yeah, it's a legitimate meeting. You removed Christina, but we're going to put this person in there to replace her. And we end up with an establishment swamp monster. That could happen. So anyways, that's the update on that. If you're new to this channel and you can relate with the content, please join our community and subscribe. Check mark the notification bell so you get all notifications. And if you would, always give these videos a thumbs up. That helps push the algorithm out so more people see the content. Please comment down below, as I love reading your comments. I can never say this enough. Keep praying and keep prepping, because it's going to be a tough year, folks. Lots of things, lots of predictive programming, right? We've seen Obama's film. Think about this. The President of the United States produced a film about a cyber attack and World War III. And then there was the follow-up with the trailer to Civil War. And then we get Catherine Herridge saying she expects a black swan, a major event. I think there is going to be a major event that is going to collapse the markets. It's going to put fear into everybody. I don't know what it's going to be, but I think it's coming. So make sure that you're putting preps up, folks. But, try to get, I used to tell people 30 days minimum and work towards 6 months, ultimately a year. But I got to tell you, folks, I feel like a year is like the minimum. But just get as much stuff together as you can. I have some great sponsors for this channel. They're always in the description of the videos. Just click on the description of this video. You'll find the link to My Patriot Supply, Jace Medical, so you can get the antibiotics, Harvest Right freeze dryers, and My Pillow, so you can get a good night's sleep during the chaos. So may God continue to bless this great nation. May the good Lord keep you and yours safe. Until next time, Sons of Liberty out. See you guys.